Here he is, he's running away. He looks a very, very fast player. Sané's going to get in his way. What's he doing? Hey guys, it's Gameface here, and welcome back to episode 23 of my Manchester City career. Now in today's episode, we're going to get into the new season. Obviously, we're going into season 2 now, after last episode, which we finished the season off, got through the rest of the games, sadly lost in the Champions League final. I've just about got over that now from last episode. Obviously gutted, but we do have to move on into a new season, and we are going to be signing Messi in today's episode. He's going to be joining up with the squad after he signed a pre-contract agreement in January. That's really exciting, looking forward to using him, and of course we're going into the summer transfer window as well, so loads and loads happening. Before we get into things though, if we could try and hit 100 likes on today's episode, I'd really appreciate it. Also, feel free, if you're new to the channel, to go ahead, hit the subscribe button as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. As I'm recording, it's about 70 subscribers away, so I'd really appreciate it if you could go ahead and click that subscribe button. So now let's get on with the rest of the season, basically sit up to the end and obviously go through into a new season. I quite look forward to doing that. I like seeing what the budget's going to be, those sort of things. We had something like £50 million on the wage budget, as well as like £50 million on the actual budget, like to finish off the season. It was ridiculous. Like, we had loads and loads of money on the wage budget for some reason. £50 million on the wage I've never seen before. So that was great to see. But obviously we pretty much lose most of that money. We should hopefully get a decent chunk back though for the new season. Okay, here we go. Let's end the season here. We do actually have a World Cup currently going on at the moment. Maybe an injury there to Dele Alli. I decided not to actually take up the World Cup job for England because I kind of ran out of time basically. So we didn't sadly be able to do that. But we will now end the season. We've got a season review here. We come to the end of the season. The board could not be happier with your performance so far. The players and staff clearly look up to you. You've done an excellent job. Blah, blah, blah. We'd be delighted to have you stay on at the club next season. Great news. So we'll be signing on for next season. Okay, so into a new season we go here. Got a game against West Ham in the Community Shield. That's very strange. They obviously must have won one of the cups, and so that means we play them in the Community Shield to kick off the season. That could be today's episode. It might not be. We'll wait and see how much we do in the transfer window. You can see our transfer budget, £144 million. Pretty decent. Wage budget there of £358,000. And I'll be interested to hear your guys' suggestions for players that I should sign in the next couple of episodes that we're in the summer transfer window. So we'll try and get Messi to join us. That should be hopefully, well, tomorrow when we sim the next day, I imagine. We'll wait and see anyway. We will definitely get the pre-season tournament thing come up, I imagine, as well. Don't know whether I should do that or not. I always kind of decide not to usually, but at the same time, it's quite nice to test out the players. Although I don't really like hovering in the summer transfer window for too long if I can help it. And there we have it. Pre-contract player arrival. It's Lionel Messi that joins us, and he has joined for free as well. Obviously delighted to have Messi joining up with the team. We've got him for this season now, and we'll see how successful we get on with him. Obviously in a starting role on the pitch for us. Let's see where he is. Oh, God, we've got such a big squad. Look how many players we've got. Messi there, 93 overall. Really looking forward to using him. Obviously, he's now 31, so potentially getting to that sort of part of his career where he might start going down in overall, unfortunately. But hopefully we can get him playing well so he doesn't. But yeah, huge squad. Looking forward to using some of these youngsters actually this season. Some of them will be loaned out, some will probably be sold as well, but I'll take a really good look at some of them because I think we could actually find some use with them as well. Okay, so I've gone through the squad, and it's a big squad. So we have listed a number of different players here. We've listed some players for loan as well as for transfer. Now these are to still be 100% confirmed. I'm going to let these players just go for any amount. Yaya Toure and Fernandinho, maybe two little bit surprising sort of players to be listing, but I'm going to do that anyway. Fernandinho 33, Yaya Toure 35 now, and I want them to, I think, move on to a different club. Obviously, it'd be nice to have those guys retire here, but we only have a certain amount of players that can fit in a squad, and I think I want more dynamic players in our team this season. We're going to allow Douglas Luiz to remain at the club. I want to also try and integrate other youngsters in there as well. And so I think Fernandinho is the sort of player that can definitely be replaced with Douglas Luiz, and so I'm going to basically use Douglas Luiz instead of Fernandinho. Yaya Toure, I think, should be moved on so we can allow Gundogan to play a little bit more. He didn't play enough last season, so we're going to move on Yaya Toure, I think, and that's why we're going to do it. Yaya will continue to go down in overall, as will Fernandinho as well this season. Claudio Bravo is going to move on. Joe Hart might remain at the football club. We'll have to wait and see. I'll leave it down to you guys in the comments section below. Would you like to see Joe Hart stay as our backup goalkeeper behind Ederson? The other alternative would be to send Joe Hart out on loan again, or probably sell him, to be honest. Bring in another goalkeeper. I was looking at Begovic as a potential one to come in as well as a backup, but I think, keeping Joe Hart would make more sense, I suppose. Bravo, though, it's going to be transfer listed. Danlo's also going to be transfer listed as well. Maybe a little bit surprising. Obviously, we do have Kyle Walker and Danlo as our two right backs at the moment. I'm going to try and bring in a different right back. I want someone a little bit faster than Danlo. Again, someone a little bit more dynamic. Like we have Kyle Walker already, he's very, very fast. Danlo, not so much. So I've been looking at Dani Alves as a potential replacement. Obviously, he's 35, 25, so it's not particularly great in that sense. I am trying to get rid of some of the older players, but I've also got some other players already in the team that we can use. So we are going to potentially look at some of our youngsters as well that we already have in the squad that can actually play as a really good right back for us. So that might just be the case that we don't even have to replace him. Another player called Coyote, never heard of him, so he's going to move on. 25 years old, 74 overall. I think it's obvious to transfer list him. Jason Denai came back, 75 overall. Can play as a holding midfielder potentially. I mean, he would be okay as a holding midfielder, but I just think we've got a lot of similar sort of players there. I think he'd be quite good at breaking up play, so I'm not going to say 100% he's leaving, but he's certainly transfer listed. We'll see what sort of offers we get in. Otherwise, he might well stay as a holding midfielder. Certainly no real interest, I don't think, is playing as a centre-back, but he could break up play really well in midfield, so we'll wait and find out on that one. Barker's going to be transfer listed, not good enough really for his age. Patrick Roberts, he's playing in a tough position. Messi coming in. We've got a number of different players that are better than him at a similar sort of age, so he gets transfer listed. Loan listing, though, for Selena, Humphries, Grant, Garcia, Dilberson, Wood, Moreno, and Garcia and Davenport. Ruiz also there as well, getting transfer listed. So that means that Sanchez could well stay, although it really is determined basically from what you guys think in the comment section below. Kelly gets loan listed, as does Mendoza and Insigne, along with Evans and Collins. So a lot of different players listed here for various different things, particularly loan listed players actually as well. So yeah, should be an interesting transfer window. A lot of activity, I think, in terms of outgoings. We'll bring in a few ingoings, but I don't think there's going to be as many as it might seem from that transfer list, to be honest. I've got maybe 3 or 4 players that I'm interested. Other than that, don't think it's going to be too many. I think one of our big aims is going to actually be to try and make the squad a little bit smaller. It's probably a bit too big at the moment. I don't want players complaining mid-season, so we'll be trimmed down a little bit. Certainly trimmed down from what we have now, because what we have now is ridiculous, really. I think we've got a huge squad of maybe 40 or 50 players that we don't need them all. One thing we are going to do is take part in the Asian Elite Cup. We are actually going to do a pre-season tournament. Not saying I'm going to play every single game. I might just play a game. I might not play any, but we're going to enter it anyway and see how we get on. Hopefully, though, we don't end up getting loads of injuries from those games. We've got a scout report back on Johnny Evans. I think, they've been linked to him in real life. I'm just checking out, seeing what sort of overall he is. Not saying I'm going to buy him. 79 overall, probably not worth it. Something I should also show you is our shortlist at the moment. We've got Dani Alves on there, Fabinho, we've got Etzker, Vidal, Casemiro, we've got Diawara as well. Sancho has been heavily suggested, actually, in the comments of the last few episodes. Johnny Evans, we can remove him, I think. And Begovic also on there as well as Rabiot. So, Rabiot, I think, a former Manchester City player, will be an interesting replacement for Yaya and Fernandinho. Don't know if we really would need him. We'll wait and see when we have some, sort of bids coming in to get rid of players. But yeah, certainly an interesting shortlist that we currently have. We can obviously, I'll listen to your suggestions in the comment section below. We can add to it if we need to. I am curious to get everyone back from international duty, see the sort of squad that we have, because it's a very, very big squad. Maffio is going to be staying with us, and he is going to be the player that's going to replace Danilo. I'm a big, big fan of his pace. I'm a big fan of him in real life as well. And 20 years old, right back, right wing back, right mid. Can't really ask for too much more there. So he's going to come in and play as a backup to Kyle Walker, and in that case, we will get rid of basically Danilo, who I just don't think we need. Maffio's going to be better in a couple of years. So before we start bringing in players, I'm literally just going to sim and wait for bids. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to start putting bids ourselves. We're going to wait and see what sort of players leave, and then I can react to obviously those players that leave. Some player drills this week, focusing on Foden. We're going to see whether we can try and get him going up in overall. We want to try and get him to 80 overall this season at least. So we're going to really focus on him for the next couple of weeks, maybe even months as well. So we'll see how he gets on. I want to try and integrate him into the team a little bit. Diaz will also be remaining at the club, as will Foden. Didn't decide to loan list him or anything like that. I want to try and keep them with the team, keep them in their setup, hopefully get them a few more games. Transfer offer in here for Danilo, and it's from Southampton, £17.3 million. His value is 12.5, so looks a decent offer. I think, how much is the chief executive saying? Should be between 17.6 and 25.8. Now, the big part of me does want to maximise as much money as possible from this, and that's exactly what we're going to try and do. So, we are going to negotiate and see whether we can come to a better agreement than that. It's only going to be like 5 million or something, but I'm still going to continue to negotiate. So, proposed new transfer fee, and we're going to say basically £22 million. That's not a huge increase, just want to try and get as much money as possible and see what they say. We don't have to negotiate to fall through, so we'll pay it. As easy as that. So we'll see what comes of that. He might well leave in the next couple of days. He might not. We'll wait and find out. Okay, into this game against PSG, we're going to play the match because I think this game could tell me a lot about different players in the squad. So we'll go with it. Munich going to start in goal. We've got Maffio, Tosin, Hernandez and Gulam in defence. Douglas, Luiz, Denaya and Zinchenko in midfield. Mendoza, Moreno, Leroy Sané as our front three. so many players out in international duty. That's the only thing when you have such a good squad. They all just leave in the summer, which is fantastic because it gives the youngsters a really good opportunity. So you can see loads of them have gone here, and that means we do have a heavily changed team, heavily changed bench as well. No real attackers on the bench. I mean, centre attacking mids, but no sort of strikers. So we are struggling a little bit in that sense, but we'll wait and see how we get on. We'll just see with Moreno up front in this game. Still got Leroy Sané, so we should be okay, hopefully. Well then, really curious to see how we get on in this game. I'm expecting an interesting match. I'm really looking forward to actually trying out a lot of these players for the first time here. So yeah, in particular Maffio, I'm looking forward to getting him some minutes because he could well be a big part of this team this season. We'll wait and find out. Just notice that the sunlight is making these kits look very similar. That's not helpful. Gulen getting forward here on the left-hand side. It's a strong left-hand side with him and Leroy Sané. Good delivery into the back post. Mendoza couldn't get that. Leroy Sané gets in behind really well. Still going here, Leroy Sané going to look for a cross into the middle. Oh, defender gets there. In fact, he doesn't. And that should trickle in the back of the net. It does. And is it a goal for the youngster? I think it might be. The guy that we've got playing on the right-hand side. Is it Mendoza, maybe? I think it is. He scores inside 10 minutes. Really poor defending there. Tragic defending to watch. But we are winning the game 1-0. And it's a good start to the match here. Yeah, not the greatest of defending. Fair play to Moreno, though. He wins back the ball really well for us. Jason Denayer into Sané. Can we look back to Moreno into Jason Denayer? Going to fall for us, and again saved by the goalkeeper. Great chance here for PSG. The equaliser, no, they haven't hit the post. Thought they'd scored. Thought it was a certain goal, but luckily for us, it just hits the post and goes wide. Great chance, great save, but he can't save the rebound. They have now equalised, and unfortunately for us, it's 1-1. Zinchenko going to switch it over to Leroy Sané. He's found a gap in the defence here. Sané trying to take it in his stride. Can he get past Dani Alves? Still going Leroy Sané to shoot. Saved by the keeper. Half-time, 1-1. We'll make some changes at half-time. Some changes, probably a bit of an understatement. We'll probably make quite a few, I think. 5 changes at half-time. Garcia, Angelino, Foden and Diaz and Stones all coming. We're going to take off Leroy Sané, toss in Zinchenko, Douglas Luiz and also Hernandez as well, all coming off. Flamings Gulen's going to go play as a centre-back, and we'll see how that goes. We'll see. Hopefully it improves us. Hopefully we get some goals. We'll also make the final changes probably in about 15-20 minutes time. Looking for the ball through here to Moreno. Trying to slip it through. He has done. And just puts it wide. So close to a second. Final 2 changes. We're going to bring out Davenport and Garcia. Foden will go play centre attacking mid. Diaz will go play on the right hand side. Maybe a bit harsh on him to be honest. But I'm sure he'll go play century more often. And we'll probably put him there I think in one of the other pre-season games as well. Because he has actually done quite well at centre attacking mid. So maybe put him as a striker. Right on the right hand side. Great chance for PSG, the first opportunity of the second half. Are they going to score us? It looks like it at this rate, the way they're passing it around at the edge of our box. Building it up really well. Lucas looking dangerous, but he's offside. That's it, full time, 1-1. You know, not loads and loads of clear-cut chances for us, but we're certainly a better team in the second half anyway. Deserved, I think, maybe even a second or third goal. Didn't happen, but yeah, these sort of games don't tell me that much really about our team in terms of where we are, because obviously this is a very changed team that we played. PSG are a very changed team as well, so it doesn't really tell me much about the quality of our current squad, but it just tells me about individual players and how they play and whether they're worth keeping, whether they're worth loaning out or selling. So in that sense, it's quite good to play the occasional pre-season game, but other than that, I don't really read into the results too much. Okay, so the next game against Bayern Munich, we're going to actually play this match again, so despite me saying I wasn't too sure that I would, I'm actually going to play this game as well. Not that many transfer offers coming in, so we'll play some games instead. Munich again in goal. We've got Wood, Humphries Grant, Tosin, Angelino in defence here. Douglas Costa, Davenport and Diaz in midfield. Sané, Coyote starting up front. Despite him being on the transfer list, we're going to give him a go because I've just seen his pace. So he's going to be given a go up front. And we've got Hernandez there. No, that's not correct. He should not be playing there. I like to mix things up, but not mix them up that much. Dillerson will go play as our left winger in today's game. This is the match I've gone with as well. As you can see there, plenty of different options for us if we need them. Okay, we go for this game against Bayern Munich. I've just seen their lineup, and there wasn't that many players that I recognised in the team, to be honest. I think there's a mixture of good and obviously younger players, as we've done as well. Coyote's got the pace. Here he is, he's running away. He looks a very fast player. Sané's going to get in his way. What's he doing? He scores anyway, but Leroy Sané was so close to nicking the ball off him there. It's a great run though from the striker. He looks interesting. The only thing that put me off was his age really for his overall. You know, if he was 4 or 5 years younger, I'd definitely be keeping him. But, you know, he's still got a chance of staying if he can continue playing like this. Great bit of pace there. Don't know what Sané was doing here. Thought he was going to make a mess of that, but good finish. Great chance, great save from Munich. Great pass, Leroy Sané, great pace. He's in behind Alaba here. Sané's going across, great chance. Oh, thought it was going to be a second for the striker. Great save there by the keeper. Oh, ball through here. Coyote now just got one more player to beat. He's going to get past her as well. Does he have to finish on top of that? Coyote! Oh, he had no. I think he scored. Puts it wide. Okay, there's room to work on it. He's given himself the number 10 shirt as well. So we need to give that to Messi, obviously. But, yeah, I mean, he might have kept it if he'd scored that, but maybe not. Diaz looking really good in behind the striker. Looking so lively. He's going to shoot from range to flex and, wow, just about saved by the keeper. He struggled there, but out for a corner. Douglas Costa to deliver and cleared. Oh, well played. Sané's through. Must be a goal. It is. That's fantastic play. Great feet as well for Leroy Sané. Dodges in and out of the players. Good intricate passes. And we've doubled our lead. About 5-6 minutes left of the first half. Oh, great chance. Thought I pulled one back. It's the post. Who's offside anyway. Of course he was. Coyote. Now through to Leroy Sané. This is great. Sané, can he make it 3? He does as well. Great finish. Sané makes it 3-0, scores his second of the game. Coyote there getting himself an assist as well. Do you know what? There's some players in this team that actually look like they could properly get into this first team. Like, I know that there's obviously Sané scoring a couple of goals there. There's actually some great build-up play as well from the players in behind. Diaz looks good. Coyote looks good actually as well. Davenport, as we've seen before, is playing really well. And, you know, I think Douglas Luiz could also be a good option for us as well. So there's a lot of good players, despite this being a heavily changed team. And so I'm quite impressed actually with how some of them have played. And just with a bit of overall growth, he will turn out to be, you know, first team starters probably at some point. Okay, first 4 changes. Garcia, Selena, Garcia and Jason Knight all coming on. That means we'll take off Tosin, we'll take off Diaz, Davenport and also Dilrosun as well, who hasn't played particularly well. But, you know, it's not going to work out for every single game for him. Dye will go play as centre-back, just trying different things out. I said I wouldn't really use him there, but I'm going to just see how he gets on. And, yeah, like I say, we'll just try different things out. We'll make the final changes about 15-20 minutes in as ever. Sané running through again. Look at that pace and power. Sané, it's a hat-trick, 4-0. And there we go, we've scored again early on in the second half. Great to get on the score sheet yet again, and we're starting to really open them up and thrash them here. You can tell Sané's the one bit of real quality, that's just a little bit of a touch above the rest, to be honest, and you can really tell that with the hat-trick there. Final 3 changes, Douglas Luiz, Sané and Coyote all coming off. That means we're going to bring on Foden, Zinchenko and Collins to play up front here. So they'll go play on the right-hand side, and we'll see how that goes for the remaining 30 minutes. Bayern Munich starting to string some passes together now, going through, and they've got one back, quite rightly. They played it around really well. They pulled them back. It's only going to be a consolation goal with 11 minutes to go, but they do have some quality on the pitch. Douglas Costa's casually just come off the bench. So, you know, they've got some good players. That's why I've been quite impressed, actually, with the 4 goals that we scored in this game, because they have actually had some good players. Sanchez, Coman have all played decent chunks of this game, as did David Alaba as well, and he's still on the pitch. So, you know, it's been a fairly good Bayern Munich team, also not the starting team, but still some good players in there. Selena running forward, gonna shoot. Saved. That's it. 4-1 victory. Very happy about that. Got us obviously 3 points and the match ball there for Leroy Sané. Yeah, overall pretty happy. Obviously great to score 4 goals. Saw some good performances there, particularly from the likes of Angelino. He looks great. Good to see Douglas Luiz also playing well. Coyote played really well as well. So some good performances. Some other players, you know, not so good, not sort of the standout performances. Is Alex Garcia, the centre mid? He didn't look that great, to be honest. So, you know, we'll look at it. We'll decide probably next episode who I should sell and who I should keep, that sort of thing. We'll take a look at some emails, then we'll end things here. Obviously, look at your comments from this episode and the last episode ready for next time round. Bernardo Silva's concerned about the speculation. I'm not really that concerned. Hopefully he's going to get more game time this season. Fernandinho, Yaya Toure both leaving, so that should hopefully mean that he has a better place. Him and Gundogan will be fighting for that midfield place now, I think. So, yeah, we'll see how we get on this season. So far, positive. We've got a game against Real Madrid as well, so we've got really a terrible group usually. Obviously, this is lucky that it's only pre-season, but yeah, we've got PSG, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich in our group. So, an interesting game against Real Madrid. We'll probably sim up to that match, see if they've got any more transfer offers to deal with. It should be Dalot leaving in the next couple of days. He has left now, gone to Southampton. A little bit of money in for that, but to be honest, the money wasn't really about that. It was just about getting rid of the players we won't be using. So good to see him go. We've also got a transfer offer in here for Brandon Barker. We do get £19.5 million for that deal. Nottingham Forest coming in with a £2.45 million offer. Yeah, it's okay. To be honest, I think we'll just accept it. I doubt we'll actually agree on the weekly wage. 37.5 grand is ridiculous. I wouldn't pay that for him. But wait and find out anyway. We've got Sancho as well as a player being scouting, heavily suggested. And yeah, we're going to just continue to keep an eye on him. Not going to rush into bringing him back. because we do obviously have plenty of wingers at the moment. And that is everything for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could try and hit 100 likes on today's episode, I'd really appreciate it. Also, feel free, if you're new to the channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, to go ahead, hit the subscribe button as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.